You played high school basketball against Kawhi Leonard? I think there was a picture going around.
There's that picture.
Sunday.
It took, this many years for people to figure it out? I think it was I had like no facial hair whatsoever.
Did he block your shot?
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't
You were
remember
boxing. You were boxing him out though in that picture though.
Yeah, there was a couple pictures. They don't got the other ones. They got
That's
that
you
one.
dunking on him or?
Nah,
No.
I didn't dunk on him. We didn't win that game either. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't win the game.
You didn't win?
Nah, but I scored some points for sure.
Who's the best basketball player on the Seahawks?
Bobby Wagner. Whoever that guy is.
Come join Danger Talk with Daniel and I. We're having a lot of fun talking about the Hawks' life and more. Can't wait for it. It'll be a great season. Let's go.
Danger Talk, Season 3, Episode 12. I'm your host, Daniel Mogg. And Russ, we have our first ever live podcast.
We do. We're here. We're here live. It's going to be exciting. We're here at Metropolitan Grill. Super excited. And it's Episode 12.
Episode 12.
Season 3.
Yeah.
So we got the 3, Season 3, and we got 12s in there.
We got the 12s in the background.
And we had to go to one of our favorite restaurants. We got the 12s in the background. Everybody's grubbing, having a good time eating dinner. And this is our spot. This is where we have dinner after every home game.
Yep.
Ever since my rookie year. Since 2012. And so the 3s and the 12s and everything else is out. So we're feeling good tonight.
And we're joined by our fabulous host, Jim Rowe of the Met Grill. Jim, welcome to Danger Talk.
He's the man.
All right. Thank you very much. And thanks a bunch for being here. We are honored and privileged.
So Jim runs the show here.
Yep.
He runs Met
We're
Grill.
at his table. This is his
This
table.
is his
your
table. He
right?
usually sits right here, I think, on the right here, right?
That's,
Don't you, Jim?
that's exactly right.
So yeah, he sits at this table. We usually walk in over here and have a good time, say hi to the family, his family and everything else and crew. And we have a good time and we grub. We have it's always good.
What about that first dinner you had? What was that first dinner at the Met Grill in 2012?
Well, what I have... Oh, I definitely had a big steak.
What was the
I don't remember
experience?
exactly what steak,
things were a little bit smaller.
Well, I'll tell you this. When I had my first experience here at the Met Grill, I had just played the Tennessee Titans. It was my first preseason game. And it was our first game of the year, first preseason game, and I got to play. And I ended up, showing out a little bit and making some key plays. And I ran a touchdown. I threw one. Charlie Martin, our guy, Charlie. And Charlie makes the huge block. And we've been best friends ever since. And he made the team, I made the team, and I got to start and everything else. And Charlie's been a key guy in my life. I threw a preseason game 3. I threw a touchdown to Charlie in the back of the end zone. But going back to after the Tennessee game, so I was hungry. I was like, man, what am I going to eat for dinner? I was like, I looked up like the best steakhouse in Seattle, and Met Grill showed up on my phone. And so I came over here. Sure enough, came over here, and it was only 5-10 minutes away from the field. And I walked in. And people didn't really know who I was. They're like, and then a couple of people like, hey, good game. I'm like, walked in. But now when we come in, there's a roar. There's a roar from all the amazing fans, and it's a good time. So it's been my special spot. It's a lot of memories, a lot of good times with this guy right here. A lot of good dinners, that's for sure, and just a lot of amazing people that have been close to us, as you know, Daniel. That we've brought celebrities, friends, family, different people. Other athletes, here with us, and we've really enjoyed it here. So,
and Jim, you formed a pretty good partnership with Russ's and Sierra's Why Not You Foundation and the Met Grill. Could you talk a little bit about what you guys are doing?
I would. I'd love to. Can I share a real quick?
Absolutely.
Story first.
We like stories.
Yeah, we love stories.
This is kind of funny because I was trying to do a little prep here before I came in. Right, I was trying to gather a little data and make sure I could, share a story or two. And so this conflicts a little bit with what Russ was saying. His first time in, the rumor was, he's a guy who cares a lot about his diet, and he really watches what he eats because he's a professional athlete. And just look at the guy. And so the rumor is he ordered salmon, and he ate salmon on a regular basis. And so I don't know if that's true.
It is true. It is true. I was on a salmon kick for a while because I had just come to the Pacific Northwest and I got inundated with salmon. And I was like, man, what is this that I'm eating? I had salmon when I was younger and all that, but the salmon out here is just different.
It's way different.
And it's freshly caught every day. So I was on a salmon kick. I think I had some steak too, though.
Okay.
Anytime I come to Met Grill,
You've since made up for it.
Yeah. So.
Right, without question, We got to get a steak named after you here, Russell.
Yeah,
I like that.
We got to get something on the menu.
The number 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So about the partnership, the partnership that we have, and it's really been great here at the Met because our partnership with your team and the foundation goes deep. It's across the organization. There's relationships to the server level, all the way up to the top of the organization, and your group, your team, your foundation is fantastic people to work with. It started off initially where we would come to we came to your golf tournament.
Yeah.
We came to the
Still do. It's
Russell
fun.
Wilson Celebrity Invitational. The Met hosts the sandwiches, the
13th hole. Is the 13th hole?
10th hole.
10th hole. 10th hole. 10th hole.
Right.
That's everybody's favorite hole, I think.
Exactly.
That's the best.
It is. So that's where it started, and we there's an auction in advance of the golf tournament, and we've put together with Russ and Sierra a dinner that gets auctioned off at the auction the night before, and I think collectively over 5 years that dinner has raised about $350,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
been really special.
It's been huge.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's been huge. And then on top of that, during the holidays, we have and it's not just during the holidays, but we do a promotion
For the gift cards,
with our
correct?
gift cards.
Yep.
Exactly. So we donate 3% of our gift certificate sales. The number 3, that's not coincidental. And over the last 3 years, we've been able to donate $75,000 to, and I don't know how much people know about the Why Not You Foundation, but it is a wonderful organization that helps benefit empowering kids and making their futures better.
Well, I think, thanks, Jim, first of all. I think it's been a blessing with our Why Not You Foundation for Sierra and I to work with you guys on a regular basis. And
Business that we're really in is hospitality.
Right.
We're a restaurant company, but we're all about hospitality. We're about taking care of people. And so our company and our restaurants we're community driven. We are part of the community, and being part of a community means giving back, means getting engaged, making our community a better place. And so that's one of the things that I love about being in this industry. And I can say that about the entire Metropolitan Grill team. It's something that's how we connect with the community. This is our community here at the Met, at our other restaurants, in the greater community. And so being able to partner up with a foundation like Why Not You, it's just a natural fit.
so good.
Now, I want to know, what are your go-tos at the Met? I'm sure you come here quite a bit. If we're coming in this holiday season, what should we be ordering?
Well, what I order is a small New York strip, medium rare.
Okay.
And the bone-in ribeye. I got to admit, anybody.
Wags just walked in. Everybody can cheer for Bobby Wagner in the room. Bobby Wagner. He'll be coming up next. He'll be our soon-to-be next guest here.
And one other favorite is the Maker's Mark bourbon ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We got a favorite back there somewhere.
Somebody likes it.
Okay.
We got a favorite. We have to give her a free one.
Somebody likes
We have
it.
to give her a free one on me.
I think you and Craig, you have like one more item or something, right?
We do. This plays a little bit on Russell's propensity for salmon, and so we want to make sure that
We got something coming this way.
we get to see him with a nice steak and
Ooh,
our Russell sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
nice. Good sandwich.
There you go.
I'm about to eat all of this right here. The Russell sprouts and the steak. I can't wait.
Jim, thank you for stopping
Yeah,
by.
thank
You
you. It
bet.
means so much.
Appreciate
Obviously, you're a legend in this city. You mean a lot. Your restaurant has meant a lot to my family, to the West East team, to the Why Not You Foundation team, just to the city, just as a whole, to all the Seahawks fans. So it's an honor to have you. It's an honor to work with you. It's an honor to be friends with you. and honor to grub with you too.
All right.
So
Yeah,
it's a
there we
pleasure.
go.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Jim Rowe. All right.
We got Bobby Wagner coming up. We got B-Wags in the house. Wags, you can come on up. Jim's Wags, you can come on up when you're ready. It's been fun, coming here to this restaurant obviously for so long and just getting to know Jim, and his family. Just such a special guy and a guy who's made a difference, in our community and everything else. And the next guy we got up though has really, really made a difference for our football team in this community. The one and only Bobby Wagner. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Hey.
My guy. So, Wags and I, just so you guys know, we always talk about who's faster.
That was a debate.
Yeah, we always talk about who's faster, if you could catch me or not.
It's not much of a
And,
conversation.
I don't know, Russ. The Madden ratings are out there.
Oh, geez, Madden. We're talking about Madden now, really?
So
he deserves to be a 99. That boy's a baller.
Bobby was at 88 speed.
Only 88 speed.
But Russ is at 86.
You're only an 88.
But we go about real life. What's
You're
real
only
life?
88 speed.
I'm probably 99.9 real life.
Yeah, 99.9, I'm 100.
And you probably like 96. I think the hair slows you down.
It's a hair slowing me down. You think that's what it is?
Yeah, I think that's
you don't
what
like
it
a
is.
long hair.
It's
want
cool.
short hair.
It's cool. I mean, you see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Short hair.
So first of all, Bobby has been a huge part of our success as a football team, but also a great friend. And I remember when Bobby and I came in 2012, we were on a mission. They gave us an F grade. We'll talk about that in a second. And we were just on a mission to be great. I think it's been a journey for me and him, an amazing one, a positive one, a one that we've worked at every day. And people always talk about, what it takes. I think it just takes consistency. And it's always cool for me as a quarterback, knowing on the other side, every day I get to go line up against, but really every game I get to line up and put the jersey on and walk out as a captain with this guy, and knowing that he's going to do everything he can to ball out and make sure his defense is ready to roll. And I think it's an honor to play with him. He's going to be a Hall of Fame, middle linebacker, but more importantly, the difference that he makes, as a teammate and as a friend and really in our community has been really cool. So, Wags, I appreciate you. Just first of all, to get that out the way, I appreciate you, even though you are maybe a little faster.
That's a great welcome.
Yeah, you maybe a little bit faster. Not much.
Just a little bit. We'll be honest with the people.
But it's been cool just obviously play with you, man. So I'm grateful for what you bring every day. So
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We feel the same way about you, man.
It's been cool.
Now, let's go back to 2012. Like, what was your guys' first meeting? Did you know each other before, like from the draft, or what's young Russ, young Bobby? What was that first interaction?
No, let's see here. So I heard of Bobby Wagner, and then we went to IMG.
Yep.
That's when we first met.
It was okay.
When I was at IMG, Bobby was at IMG for a bit, and we worked out together a few times there.
Yeah.
And I think you ended up going to API, right? After that.
I had to move back to the West Coast, man. East Coast wasn't really my thing. So
he ended up going back west, but sure enough, the draft came. That's when we kind of really started hanging out after that. So.
Yeah. After the draft, man, we when we got to the draft, we felt like everybody from our draft class had similar stories. They was watching the draft, and it was a lot of negativity when the Seahawks made their draft pick, and whether it was Bruce, myself, Russ, Turb, they didn't really have too many positive things to say. And so when we got into the room with each other and kind of talked about our experiences and how it was being drafted and things like that, we kind of started developing that chip that was already on our shoulder, but we developed it as a group because, we got an F grade. They thought we sucked. They felt like the Seahawks made a terrible decision in picking us. And we still waiting for our apology.
Yeah, I think it's. I'll never forget that meeting because we actually
you guys had
we met in the linebackers room.
Yeah,
where it was just the defense room, linebackers room, and all of us, I don't know, 12 of us or however many guys it was, but I remember us distinctly talking about us changing the landscape of what people thought and the landscape of this team and this culture that we've been fortunate to be a part of, and we wanted people to look at the Seahawks differently, that they never have before, year in and year out, and so. We were conscious about it. Everybody talked about this idea of this rookie wall. And what we were talking about is we're not going to hit a rookie wall, and how do we make sure that we don't hit a rookie wall? And a lot of that was how we took care of ourselves, rehabbing and all that, how we practiced. We had to step up our game, going into training camp and everything else, and we wanted to be great. That was the bottom line. And I think when you leave yourself so many options to either be, we want to be good, we want to be, we want to be good players, No, that wasn't an option. We wanted to be great, and mediocrity wasn't an option. Only greatness was, and that was the only option that we could leave ourselves. And so we had a lot of people to prove and a lot of things to prove. And so I never forget when we got to the playoffs and we won that game to go to the playoffs and everything else. I never forget we took that picture, the 2012 class, and that was really the second year, right? Was that our second year we took that picture of everybody in the locker room going to Super Bowl?
When we went to the Super Bowl.
When
they interviewed us. And we had like the little picture day. We kind of like separated. It was like, all right, we need a 2012 draft class picture.
Which was, I'll never forget that memory.
So we can show everybody like, this is the draft that you guys slept on that won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, you did show everybody. You won a Super Bowl, multiple Pro Bowls, All-Pro, and then both of you, became the highest paid at your respective positions. And Bobby, it's been well documented that you kind of negotiated your own deal. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, what did you do to learn about that whole process? Because training, spending time with this guy, training to be an NFL player is hard enough. How did you train your mind, your brain to just be up to the knowledge at that level?
I think it was kind of years in the making. I felt like, I'm really into business, and that's what I got my degree in when I went to school. And I was looking for a different way to challenge myself, and I wanted to, I felt like, when I talked to a lot of business people, a lot of it was negotiations, and a lot of it was negotiating deals and things of that nature. And I felt like, if I wanted to succeed life after football, I needed to take a chance while I was in football. So I took a chance, negotiating my own deal, worked out. I spent pretty much every offseason learning something new about business. I've done internships. Yeah. I've met with countless of people to ask their advice and try to figure out what they would look for as a person that's trying to be a newcomer in business. And, I feel like it worked out for me.
And you posted that video of kind of like you as the agent, you as yourself.
Yeah,
did you
awesome.
feel that internal dialogue with yourself?
Yeah, to an extent. It was I felt like there was the Bobby Wagner as a person,
right?
But there had to be a new person in there that was different. That was trying to negotiate a deal that they had to respect. That had to be a business mind, and I felt like I had to go into that meeting with them knowing that I did my homework and I know what I'm talking about. And I think that was one of the biggest things that I felt was going to be the problem per se is, them taking me seriously and knowing that, they weren't going to do much to get over on me. And there was a respect on both ends. They respected me, I respected them. And I felt like, when you have that respect and that level of respect for each other, something was going to get done.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of research that you got to do? I know for you being, highest paid player, linebacker and all that, it's pretty clear what you deserve and all that. But I guess, when you go into those meetings, actually learning the language of it all, just learning the language of the negotiation and what to talk about, what to ask for, all those things. Did you have to study that stuff a lot?
I feel like you study it. Yeah, I've been kind of looking at it, the moment I got into the league. I feel like it's something that, I feel like players need to take more time to think about, learning not only how to play the game, but be a good business person and understanding the business that you're in. So I feel like I was always kind of trying to figure out a way to do that. I try to talk to a lot of people. I had a lot of great mentors, a lot of people that helped me try to speed up the process with the knowledge that they were passing off, and it ended up working out for me. And hopefully it kind of helps me life after football.
Yeah, for sure.
And you both have, kind of taken in and really tried to grab and manage your own careers, with Russ starting West East and this whole production, Bobby with you and your contract. Why is that one important to you, and then also to inspire the next generation of football players?
Well, I think you have to take a forward step in your life, no matter who you are, whether if you're quarterback, linebacker, if you're trying to be a teacher, if you're trying to be a leader, if you're trying to raise a family. I think, in life, you only get one chance to do it. And I think that you want to be able to. I've always learned this. I've always understood this. Is that I've had to figure this out too. Is that you have to take advantage of every opportunity that you get. And you can't let somebody else control your destiny. And for me, I always kind of wrote out my goals of what I wanted to do. I formed West to East because I knew, very similar to Bobby, I love business. I loved the opportunity to lead a group of people. I didn't want to just lead people on the field. I wanted to be able to help lead a group of people to do innovative stuff, to create opportunities, to not just create opportunities for myself, but for them, but also for the world. And I think that we've been able to do that with the production company, West East Productions, and being able to create Why Not You Productions with Sierra, and just doing different things like that. Obviously creating Good Man brand and different things that we've been able to do. So it's been a blessing in that in itself. And for me, a lot of times, I think Bobby would say this too, is fans sometimes think that you're just a football player. Right. And I believe that God created me to be so much more. God created us to use our abilities, use our strengths, even use our weaknesses and our experiences, the highs and the lows, to be able to impact and influence and to make a difference. I think He gives us an influence to make an impact. And, hopefully we can use that in everything that we do, not just football. Hopefully we can use it in business, in family, in relationships, and everything that we encounter. And, so I think a lot of the stuff that I've learned, from the field to business life, and to be able to create opportunities. And a little story about, for me, why I really wanted to create West East was because I had a marketing company way back in the day that just wasn't right when my first couple months in the NFL, and they just weren't right for whatever reason. And fast forward, I ended up saying, you know what, I'm going to create my own thing. This is what I went to school for. This is what I want to be able to do. And at the end of the day, the first thing I'll never forget, we went to the rookie symposium, and the guy gets on the stage and he says, "What does the NFL stand for?" We're all like, National Football League, like what I mean. And he goes, "No, not for long." He says, "You got to start having Plan B now." And good thing is, my parents had raised me to have a plan, after football, and thinking about that stuff. And my dad gave me imagination, my mom, and so I always thought about business. I always thought about creating opportunities. And so I loved TV, I loved movies, I loved, I didn't mind the camera, and wanted to create a production company and all that stuff too. And I just wanted to build opportunities. And I think for me and Sierra both, is that we want to be able to inspire the world. And how do we do that? Yeah. And so using our platform for sports to translate to everything else.
I just want to be different. Right. I just want to be different. When you come into the league, they have all these statistics for you. Like you said, we was at the rookie symposium, and the whole weekend while we were there, they talked about everything that could possibly go wrong about the NFL. And, they said, you're going to get divorced after 2 years, lose your money after 2 years. Don't trust your agent. Don't trust your financial advisors. Don't trust the team. And so I remember in that same symposium, we had a guy stand up and ask, what is good about the NFL? Because all they did was focus on the bad. And I feel like, I could say with both of us, we don't really focus on the bad. We focus on the positive. And so even though all those things can happen, it doesn't mean that they have to happen. And so for me, I just wanted to be different. I saw the statistic, and I saw 80% go broke and lose their money. And I was like, okay, what do I got to do to be the 20%? And how do I got to, what do I got to do to position myself that, I've seen a lot of players, the transition from playing in the NFL to not was a harder thing for them because they didn't really think about what they can do. I feel like NFL is such a dope league because, we spend about maybe 6 months playing the actual games.
Right. And
the rest of the 6 months is just us working out. Now, working out, unless you the Hulk, but working out is only going to take at most 3 to 4 hours maybe a day. That still leaves 20 days. So that's 20 hours. That's 20 hours that you can use to better yourself, to learn something new, to pick up a book, to meet somebody, to do different things. So it's all about using your time wisely, and I feel like we both try to use our time wisely. The main focus is obviously still football, but there's, like you said, we're more than just football players. We have the mental capacity to learn something different, and I think that's you seeing that.
Speaking of books, I always see you reading on the plane all the time. What are you reading now? What have you been reading lately?
What I'm reading right now is what's that book called? What
have you read lately? Is there something that one of your favorite ones?
I don't got it. This is too many books. Seat of the Soul is probably one of my favorite books.
Okay.
What I'm reading right now is The Game of Life and How to Play It. I'm also reading Discovering the Power Within, and then I'm listening to the Bible. So
you're a big reader.
Yeah, I saw J. Cole.
Yeah.
J. Cole kind of said, he reads like 4 books at a time. So I got 2 I'm reading and 2 I'm listening to. So I ain't there yet.
Listening to.
Okay.
I always see him reading, and I actually get inspired by him because I'm always seeing him reading, because he sits a couple seats in front of me in the plane, and so I always see him reading. So I'm like, okay, I need to get my book out. And,
I wasn't like that. Honestly, I like to read a little bit, but I didn't really develop that thing until I got into the league. And Coach Norton was always the guy that pushed me to like do something different. So he actually made us form a book club in the off season, and we had to read a chapter and talk about it when we got to the thing. And if you didn't talk about it, he couldn't make us run. I'm too old for that. But I mean, he found other ways to, when that dude talk about you definitely don't want him to talk about you because he won't give it a rest.
Okay. Now, one of the cool things you've done off the field too is sign with Jordan Brand, one of the first football guys.
Yeah.
To be with Jordan Brand. How's that experience? I mean, you always got some fresh shoes.
He's always
on game
fresh.
day.
It's been amazing. They actually just gave me some fresh off-white, so it's been amazing, man. Honestly, it was just something that I really wanted to, growing up as a kid, I couldn't afford Jordans at the time. So when I got to the league, and that's kind of all I spent my money on for the most part.
Yeah.
And there was an opportunity for me to kind of join them. I actually met Jordan at a party in LA, and, he kind of expressed that he liked my game. And, that was an experience in itself, having somebody like that you looked up to, rock with your game is pretty cool. And we found an opportunity to kind of partner and work together, and it's been amazing. He's helped me out a lot off the field as well, and I'm excited to have that grow.
These guys go on some amazing trips, by the way. Freaking Jordan Brand takes these guys Monaco.
Jordan take care of us. Appreciate you.
The first time I met
shout out to the brand.
You spent time with Mike too.
The first time I met Mike, I was just playing golf. And I'm on hole 13. Actually, the wheels up hole. It's actually his tournament, Michael Jordan golf tournament down in Vegas. And anyway, so I'm just kind of standing there. I'm about to hit, and all of a sudden I get this knock on my back of my knee. You know how somebody hits you in the back of the knee, you kind of collapse. You get kind of mad at first. I turn around. I look over my left shoulder, and I'm like, oh shoot, he's up there. And it's Mike, so you can't really say nothing.
Right.
But I got to know him too, and just the cool things that he does, the Jordan Brand does with the athletes is really cool too, and just really making it a community. It's been really cool just to get to know who Michael Jordan is and talk to him about his success and everything else, but also to see how he takes care of guys like Bobby and other guys too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What would you say is one thing you guys have learned from MJ, just spending time with him?
For me, it was. I kind of asked him, because he owns a team, so from his perspective, it was like, all right, I asked him what would be his perspective if a player came in trying to negotiate this old deal. And so he kind of gave me that perspective, is really just knowing your value and, knowing your stuff, basically, because, the last thing you want to do is kind of go out there, go into meetings and not know what you're talking about, and you just kind of lose your credibility and they lose their interest in trying to do a deal. So it's just having that confidence and knowing your value and what that means and what that looks like, and salary cap, things of that nature. But I mean, he's really competitive. We played in ping pong, and fortunately I lost, and he wouldn't let me hear the end of it. But I got my dub at some point. So once I got it, I had to walk away.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the thing that I've learned from it is 2 things. I think the first thing is just kind of, I love music. So I asked him, what did you listen to, before games, and he said, I was never he's got a big old cigar in his hand. He's like, I was never I'm never like a big, hard rap person or anything like that. I was one to be chill. So what'd you listen to? He said, I listened to Anita Baker for the game. I always wanted to make love to the hoop, And so I was
crazy.
doing that. And then,
That's crazy.
But I think
I respect it.
Yeah, I think more than anything, like kind of like Bobby was talking about, is the business aspect and making sure you take advantage of your opportunities. You know, there's kind of an arc and a pace to everything. You know, and you know when you're playing great, take advantage of your opportunities and try to make something of it after football. You know, so that's the thing that I've learned the most, is trying to set up life for after this game, because the game can bring us so much.
Right.
But ultimately, winning heals all things. You know, that's the truth.
And so, what are both your favorite pair of Jordans?
The number or
The number.
Okay. For sure, the ones have grown to be my favorite.
You wear a lot of ones on the field.
Yeah. The ones is my favorite. The second I'd probably say is the 12s for sure, and then the 11s.
I'm an 11 and 4 guy.
11 and 4.
I'm 11 and 4.
Yeah, I like the ones. I got. I
You
sent
had
this every
those
color.
all white ones on Sunday. Those were fresh. The all white ones.
Yeah,
you
I
had
got 'em on
Sunday.
right
Those,
now,
oh,
you know what I'm
yeah. Hey. Those are fresh. So we got a few minutes left. I want to talk a little bit about. We got our What's Hot segment that we started. Where Bobby, we'd like to just talk about what's going on
in the world.
In the world,
Yeah, we got one
Okay.
hot section here.
Yeah.
To talk about. So
In the world.
I know Bobby's a Laker fan.
I am a Laker fan.
So
huge Laker
we'll
fan.
talk a little.
This guy sits right over my left shoulder, and this dude be
My
cheering
guy.
for the Lakers like crazy. I like the Lakers too, though.
The Lakers are the best team in the league. It took a while. We had some rough years in there. So
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So you're like
It was rough.
from the beginning, like diehard Laker fan. Since you
Yeah,
were
I
a
was
kid?
from the beginning.
Since Kobe and Shaq.
Nah, I was before that. I was everybody watched Jordan, obviously. So you was a Jordan / kind of Chicago fan because you want Jordan to win.
Yeah.
But Lakers was the thing with Magic and when Kobe got there, Shaq, and then after that when Shaq and Paul Gasol and Andrew Bynum when he got his stuff together, it was cool. And then we had those not so great years. But Kobe was there, so we were good.
So what do you think about this season? They're gonna
We're about to win a championship,
okay.
100%.
I mean, they should. They got
21 and
LeBron,
3.
They got LeBron.
Don't make any
They got-
excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
We just good.
I'm just saying they should. I'm saying you
just
should.
good. Who's your
It's not an
team?
Excuse. Oh man, I'm a fair weather fan. I like watching the best teams. So right now, I
Fair
like
weather
watching-
fan, you admitted that.
Yeah,
That's
I am.
unfortunate.
The only I like watching the best players play.
He said since he's a kid. He's
My favorite. I will
say
say
your team,
this
yeah.
one sport that I'm not a fair weather fan, but they've always been good. I've always loved the Yankees. That's a true story because my uncle lives in New York. He's lived there. When I was younger, I used to go to the games.
Okay.
So that was kind of my one team that I've always stuck to, but they've always usually been pretty good. So, but yeah, so growing up, I was definitely a Michael Jordan fan. I love Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
And I like watching LeBron James.
Yeah,
So-
I'm good with that.
I
That's
like
cool.
Steph Curry though. I like Steph Curry.
Yeah, I like
They're-
Steph Curry.
They're really hurting right now though.
LeBron is nice. Well, yes,
They're hurting. They're hurting.
they going through them Lakers year, man. Everybody got to have them.
Yeah.
Now you played high school basketball against Kawhi Leonard. I think there was a picture
I
going
did.
around.
There's that
this
picture.
Sunday.
It took what this many years for people to figure it out.
out.
I think it was I don't got face. I had like no facial hair whatsoever.
Did he block your shot?
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't.
You were
remember that?
boxing.
remember
You were
that.
boxing him out though in that picture though.
Yeah, there was a couple pictures. They don't got the other ones. They got
That's
that
you
one.
dunking
They-
on him or
Nah,
No.
I didn't dunk on him. We didn't win that game either. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't win the
you
game.
didn't win?
Nah, but I scored some points for sure.
Who's the best basketball player on the Seahawks?
Bobby Wagner. Whoever that guy is.
Bobby probably is.
If you're playing like 2-on-2, who are you guys picking? If you're playing 2-on-2
me and him on the
Against him or
Against each other.
Against each other.
Who are you picking?
Since I've been here, or the team.
We'll go.
Wait,
we'll
you're
go-
saying we're on different teams?
You're on different teams.
Okay.
I'm picking Sidney Rice.
Oh, who said you got to pick first?
He's the guest.
Defense
We'll let him
first.
go
Yeah,
first.
I'm the guest.
He's the guest.
Man.
He's the guest.
Guest
We'll
picks
let him
first.
Come on, co-host.
I'm
I was gonna say Sidney Rice too.
Yeah, Sidney. I've watched Sidney play. He's
Man,
if
that's
out
a
of
tough
all the people that I've played
can
with
really shoot- he can really shoot,
that
don't
play football, I would say he would be the guy that could have probably played
Yeah.
in the league had he not played football.
He's pretty amazing.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Dang, you took my guy. Shoot.
You gotta go somebody else. You go Curse. Curse is good.
Curse can't shoot.
Yeah, Curse is good.
Curse can shoot.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't pick Sherm.
No,
If anybody's asking that question, no, I would not pick Sherm. Sherm knows I wouldn't pick Sherm. Sherm knows this. I beat him in his backyard too.
Doug is a pretty good player.
Doug is good. Doug is pretty
Doug is
good.
good.
B-Wall can shoot.
B-Wall is good. Earl is good. Jimmy It's cool.
Yeah, you know what? I would pick Jimmy.
You would
We're
pick
going to
Jimmy?
post y'all boys
Post
up.
up?
You know what?
Man,
I'm
Jimmy-
picking Jimmy Graham.
All right, Jimmy, one of those guys that call a lot of fouls. So he gonna want the ref. He gonna want the refs there. Jimmy gonna get a little frustrated. Yeah.
You took Sydney, so I was going to pick Sid, but Sydney can
We
really
playing
Sydney
like
can
we was in the
really, really
90s.
shoot, though.
We playing like in the
NBA
90s.
Jam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
96. No, nah.
So you're going to foul the crap out
I'm not gonna foul.
Okay.
Boy, you gonna get a little
A
aggressive.
little.
aggressive.
I got you. So the other thing that's pretty hot is the college football playoff. I don't know how much you
Is
guys
that
have been
hot?
keeping up with. I mean, according to the sporting world, but we wanted to see. Do you guys have any picks? for
Four
the college
teams are
football?
who again?
So we've got LSU versus Oklahoma, Ohio State versus Clemson.
And who?
Ohio State versus Clemson.
Oh, tough one. Well, Buckeyes beat my Badgers, so I'm a little mad about
You're
that.
a little salty.
I'm a little salty about that. But I guess I would want the Big Ten to win. I'm thinking the Sooners are actually gonna. I'm pulling an upset on LSU.
Okay.
It's a tough offense to go against. I think Jalen's a really good player. So I'm pulling. Obviously, they got Joe. That's a really good player too, quarterback. So, but I'm pulling the upset because they don't see that offense very often.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Sooners winning
The whole thing. Or just
that game.
LSU?
That game.
Okay.
And then I'm picking. So Ohio State and who?
Clemson.
Clemson. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Big
Clemson
Ten.
won last
I'm
year,
gonna go with
right?
the Big Ten with.
Clemson won last year.
Well, the receivers
Clemson
of
won
Clemson are
last
pretty
year.
good, though.
Yeah.
The receivers of Clemson are pretty good. But I'm going to go Ohio State.
Okay.
Just because they beat my
Okay.
Badgers.
Okay.
I'm going with Jalen Hurts. That's his name, right?
Yep.
Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Right.
I'm going with Jalen Hurts because of all the stuff he's been through,
Yep.
how they benched him and then he came back and all that stuff. So I want him to win. And I think Oklahoma, they brand Jordan, right?
Yeah. They are
Yeah,
Brand
so you want
Jordan.
the Brand Jordan
There we
win.
go.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
I'm
wrap.
picking
Jordan
Oklahoma to win it all.
And Jalen Hurts.
That's a wrap.
That's what I
And,
want to win.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
If Oklahoma wins that first game, then I think they win the whole thing.
Win the whole thing. Okay. I like that. So let's talk. We got a few more minutes here. We'll talk a little bit of football before we got a couple fan questions from here at the Met.
Fan questions.
The Met has graciously given 3 $300 gift cards to random winners who have sent in their questions.
You guys get gift cards back there?
Yeah. Nice. So let's
And
talk.
I gotta get whatever they having right there, that burger. I don't know what it was with them fries.
You get Bobby one of those.
We get
Greg.
Bobby
I
one of
gotta
those?
try
He wants
that.
something to eat there, so he.
I tried one of
it's on
them.
us.
I don't know if I tried today, but
Okay. So you guys are headed down to Carolina this week. As the respective leaders of your units, what are you guys telling the team right now?
Well, I think it's really 3 games. We got to try to go win, and we got to go win this one. This is the only one we got. So I think for us on offense, we got to be sharper. We got to be cleaner. Starts with me. I got to be sharper. I got to be cleaner. And we're looking forward to that challenge. They're a really good defense, actually. You can't worry about their record right now. They got a lot of good players on defense. Yeah. So we're going to be on our stuff and be ready to roll. We had a great meeting today, with all the guys, and we're really focused. We had just a great meeting about who we want to be, what's our identity going to be for the rest of the season, what's it's going to look like, and how we're going to set the bar. And I think we need to set the bar really high. I think we need to dream really big and believe really big, and at the end of the day, go accomplish it. So I think for us offensively, you just want to click on all cylinders. We want to be consistent every play, every quarter, and we know it's going to be a great matchup.
Okay.
I think it's the same thing for us. Definitely bouncing back, playing more like the second half, how we did the last game. Understanding that it was just a game. We can't let that last game bleed into the next week.
Yeah.
And we have to respect every opponent. And it's an opportunity for us to get the ship back on. We had a lot of, we had like a 5-game winning streak or whatever it was, where we were playing some really good football. And just because you have a win doesn't mean it takes away from the good football that you was playing. So, we just got to make sure that we, really focus this week, really make sure that we own it this week, and we'll be fine.
Cool. And I think also, too, we've always been a great bounce-back team. I think just because guys like Bobby, other guys, too, as well. So just we got to remember who we are and who we believe we're destined to be and go be it. So my pops used to always say, son, go be who you're destined to be. And so I firmly believe that it's time to go be who we're destined to be. So,
I love it. So we've got 2 questions here from out in the audience. This one's from Rick Mayfield.
From who?
Rick Mayfield.
Rick Mayfield. Huh?
Yeah.
Where you at, Rick? Nice. Okay, we got it.
Should be a good one.
So So of today's active quarterbacks and linebackers, who do you guys enjoy watching? Just as a fan, just watching play your position.
Well, I get to watch Bobby every day, and I'm glad he's on our team. So whenever he's out there on the field, I'm always watching the big screen or getting up.
Yeah.
Other linebackers, and there's some great ones. Luke obviously is a great player. We're going to play this week. I love respect for how he plays. Trying to think who else. There's a lot of guys we've played. I think Bobby's the best in the business at what he does. So I've played some cool linebackers in my lifetime. Even to play against Patrick Willis and Bowman. I remember my rookie year. I was dropped back in the pocket. I stepped up and slid and slid up in the pocket, and I started running. And all of a sudden, that pocket closed so dang fast. But there's certain guys that can impact the game on defense, and usually, it's your defensive ends, it's your maybe your linebackers, maybe it's a corner, whatever. But to have a great middle linebacker who can go side to side like Bobby, it's as good as it gets. So he's the guy that I think is the best in the business of what he does. But there's some other guys that, that's why he's a 99. There's a reason why he's a 99.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm talking quarterbacks.
Yeah, quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks, obviously. Lamar for sure is definitely up there. He's definitely one. He's really, really fun to watch. Not fast, so fun to play against. He's really, really fast. Definitely A-Rod's up there. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, of course. Who else? I got a lot of respect for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Russ is. It's always great to go against Russ every day because he helps you prepare for all those other guys. So it's like, going against Russ makes it a lot easier to go against the other guys because there's really nobody like Russ. So I know I can't put Russ on the list because I play against him that's biased, but it's okay to be biased. It's his podcast.
Absolutely.
I think Drew's another guy for me that I think about when I watch
Drew
him
Brees
play.
is a good one too.
Yeah.
Drew Brees.
Drew, Tom, those are guys. Those are guys I actually watch the most. When I'm
studying.
I study Drew and Rich. That's you always ask your guys who you studying. And make sure they're studying somebody. So constantly learning. So
cool. So we've got our last one here from Joel and Bridget.
Joel and Bridget, you guys in the house?
Yeah.
I think same table.
Nice. There you guys
So
go.
as you can see, we're in the holiday spirit. We're coming up on Christmas. What is your favorite holiday tradition?
I knew that was coming. Tradition.
And what would you like to one
holiday.
that you would like to pass along to your kids that keeps going throughout your family?
Oh no, I don't really have a holiday
I'm not
tradition.
gonna lie. We didn't really grow with much traditions. We went to church. That was like our tradition. We're gonna go to church. We're gonna do this. But it's funniest thing, true story. We used to. I'm not sure about y'all, but we used to put a fake tree. We used to have fake trees, and we do the decorations. And one time, I was probably 10 years old, maybe. We left the tree up for a whole year and a half, back and cycling back through. We just pushed it in the corner, But so
you could keep that tradition going.
we get a big old live tree now.
You got a big tree.
There's so many nice trees out here and stuff like that. We got a live tree, but I think for us, what we try to do for our family around Christmas is, before we open up any gifts, just go in a circle and just and we talk about what we're thankful for what we're thankful for just from God and just what He's given us and the blessings and then we try to read Scripture, and then it's time to open up gifts. But I just think the family my favorite thing about Christmas and holidays is just getting around family, because to be honest with you, us being athletes, we don't get to be around family very often. We're pretty busy. We're rolling. We're focused and everything else, and just to have that quality time. And I think the cool thing about holidays, in my opinion, is the part of just love and forgiveness and joy and peace. Sometimes you have holidays where it's tough for families, and it's been tough for mine sometimes. Losing my dad or whatever it may be. That first Christmas after is always tough after you lose a family member and stuff like that. And so just to bring family together, so the food I love.
Yeah,
the food.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't have a tradition growing up. Maybe just decorating the tree or something like that.
Yeah.
That's probably something you would try to keep going with your kids and stuff like that. But I would say the main thing is, probably preparing a delicious dish.
The food.
Whoever.
You cook?
Do I cook?
Yeah.
I can cook.
You can.
You can.
I can.
What, does
What do you cook?
I cook a lot of food.
All right. Okay.
Nah, my go-to is spaghetti. I love spaghetti. I can make it any type of way because I just love spaghetti. I think I'm like 2% Italian, maybe. Chicken. Definitely could cook some chicken. Got to be able to. I got your staples. I got the stuff that can get you by.
I got some ribs for you one day.
And then I can microwave pretty crazy.
I got ribs for you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm the best microwave person in the world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we send you guys out of here, we're gonna have you guys pick our 3 winners here.
Oh, we got winners.
Winners you have to be
No
present
pressure.
in the building.
Winners of what? What do they win?
They win the
prize.
Oh, the
three-
$300.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. So
Okay.
we'll have
Okay.
you pick one, and then you guys.
And then you
fight
pick
over
one.
the last- I'll
Yeah,
pick
you're the
one.
All right, we all pick one.
How about you pick the first one?
I'll pick the first one.
And you can't look. That's cheating.
Let's see what Daniel Mogg picks, first of all. First of all, give a round of applause for Daniel Mogg, our host. Good, dude.
All right, this
Creative
one's
director
pretty
of
good.
West
We
East.
just had their question. I promise I didn't cheat, but Joel and Bridget, you guys have won our first gift
Wow.
card.
Wow, Joel and Bridget, you guys are taking over.
You are lucky.
Wait. How many? Wait, hold on a second.
I know everybody in the building is upset.
Let's have a
Everybody in the
revote.
building is upset right now for sure.
Everybody give a round of applause. Joel and Bridget, congrats. You guys are on fire. Are you guys married? You guys are married? How many years have you guys been married?
She had
7 years. 7 years. So, question for you.
Crazy. Uh-oh.
What is the one lesson or thing that you can teach us about what makes a successful marriage? Communication. Communication. I love that. So do you guys ever go to sleep mad at each other?
She said yes.
Well, you should. Okay, you communicate well. That's good.
That's crazy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, appreciate you guys. Congrats. You guys get to communicate more over this free dinner from us.
Date night.
Spotter from Met Grill. You guys have a date night now on us. Okay.
All right, Russ, you're up.
My turn? Okay, I'm going to go in here and dig deep here. See what I get. If it's y'all's name, I know y'all are up to something. I'm going to have to revote.
I took
okay?
it out. I took it out.
Okay. We got Jesse Bennett. Jesse, right behind us, right here in the midst of the camera here, Jesse Bennett. Okay, cool. Jesse, so tell me about you. Give me your 30 seconds on you real fast. 20 seconds. Where are you from?
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, met every couple weeks. You're tailgating? What you cooking up? You making anything good over there? Making anything and everything. That sounds like a slogan for the Met Grill.
Yeah, for
Making
real.
anything and everything. I love it. Well, congrats, man. You get dinner on us. Yeah, appreciate you. Thanks for being a fan.
No pressure.
And,
Wags.
the last one goes to Wags over here.
What's your name?
You said Lakers. What's your name?
What's your
You
name?
said about your burger too. So
Huh? Kind of digging in here.
you can't pull 5 out.
Charles Story.
Oh, look at
Wow.
you guys.
I did not do that. I
Hot
promise.
table. Hot table.
I promise. Oh, you like the Clippers? Oh, there's no way.
Yeah,
No,
Clippers
no, we
fan?
gotta pick a new name.
Oh, you a Sonics fan?
Sonics fan.
Ah,
So how you like the Clippers? It's all good. It's all good. Kawhi's there, so
Yeah, there we go. Kawhi
we're
Leonard.
good.
No, I mean, you did dunk on him in high school.
This
Yeah.
is true. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
We have
We
pictures.
don't got no
we got
video
pictures.
footage.
No,
No,
but he dunked on him for sure.
But
I
I'm gonna
saw
start
it.
saying that's
You
the
know you in
thing.
high
That's the
school. I
thing.
saw
I
it.
jumped over him actually.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen you
In between.
jump over things
Yeah,
before.
yeah, for sure.
So
There you
I
go.
vouch
Yeah.
for you. Well, thank you guys so much for watching Danger Talk Season
Appreciate
3,
you guys.
Episode 12. Where, B-Wags, that's where they follow you, at B-Wags.
At B Wags.
At B Wags.
BWAGZ.
Check them out.
All right.
It's a pleasure. We're going to head to Carolina, have some fun. And Met Grill, thank you guys for being so gracious to letting us hang out. Thank you all. West East production team, thank you guys for always shooting and taking care of us. And Daniel Mogg, co-host, man.
Absolutely.
Season 3,
Thank you,
episode
guys.
12. This is a good.
Thank
This
you.
is probably our best episode. We've had some good ones, but
This is pretty
to
good.
do it here live and have
Yeah.
Jim Rowe, but ultimately the star of the Seattle Seahawks, Bobby Wagner, on stage with us.
All-time leading tackler this season.
Pretty cool.
Congratulations.
No, those tackle numbers are still going up, ladies
I'm
and
glad he's
gentlemen.
not tackling you.
Tackle everything.
Too. Yes. But anyways, thank you guys. We'll see you guys in Carolina, and appreciate you all. Fans, you guys are huge to us and mean a lot. So we are out. Danger Talk. We gone. Peace.